Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. I'm standing in front of my stove on a 90-something degree day, and I do not have central air in this little old house. That's okay. I do have a window air conditioner, so I do have some saving grace. So I decided with my little cherry tomatoes, I am going to actually roast these. And in my pan, I have got olive oil, a lot of basil from a jar, and then I have garlic powder, salt and pepper. I'm going to roast these in the oven just until they're blistered and soft, and then I'm going to top them with Parmesan cheese as well as mozzarella. So I will show you those when they are done. Just a quick tidbit, I am a huge fan of All-Clad pans, the D5. They are quite an investment. I know that they are expensive. You do not always have to go to Williams-Sonoma to get things like this. TJ Maxx or Marshalls are fantastic to find those there. You can even get a Le Creuset there. I think I got my Le Creuset Dutch oven there half the price, and even Goodwill. We recently found at the Goodwill the All-Clad D5 Wok. It retails for $350. I got it for $7.99, and I swear I did. I brought it home, cleaned it up with some Barkeeper's Friend. Excuse me, my microwave's going off. And shined it up. It looks brand new and it works fantastic. So if you ever run across All-Clad, they do make, D3, which it's good. D5 is the best. And I'm going to pop these in the oven. I will show them to you when they're done. Please excuse my stove. I am not somebody that keeps my burners shiny clean, but they're used. It is what it is. So I will show you those when they are done. I've also got another quick little thing I'm whipping together, and I'll show that as well. Okay, so here we are doing what I call bacon rosemary smashed red potatoes. So I have about a quarter package of bacon. I diced it. I had a leftover onion, diced it up, and some peppers from my garden. And I also threw in I found some green beans in my freezer. I added a little pepper and onions and bacon to that. I don't throw anything away. So just crisp this up. I've got my red potatoes that are going to be going in here, and my diced rosemary from the greenhouse, and parsley also from my greenhouse. I swear when these people are doing these cooking channels on TV, they've got somebody following right behind cleaning them up, because it's absolutely impossible to keep it clean. So I'm just going to pour my potatoes in here. I actually boiled them in the microwave. I'm going to let them cook down, all these peppers and everything. Get your potatoes soft in the microwave. Take your old-fashioned wooden masher. You just mash them down like this. Once you get them real soft, it's super simple to do. Okay, from here, we're going to cover with our rosemary, give it some flavor. Just healthy dose of pepper. Get all the little rosemary bits you can. Salt, you don't have to add too much salt, because bacon of course has salt, and if you're like me, I can't have a lot of salt with blood pressure issues. So when this cooks down like this, let it sit like this until it's crisp on one side, and then flip it and mix it all together, flatten it out. You can always add a little bit more like cooking oil or olive oil, whichever you prefer, because the bacon grease gets absorbed into the potatoes. I know it's not a really, the healthiest meal you can eat, but it's good. So I will show you this when it's done. Okay, so I've wrapped up my meal. This is what the potato, bacon, and rosemary smash looks like. I did add close to a quarter cup of regular cooking oil. And I'm sitting there thinking, Lord only knows what goes into that stuff, and I just wonder if Crisco, the solid Crisco, would have been a little bit better. So that's what that looks like with the peppers and onions and bacon and the potatoes and rosemary. It's my little mess of green beans. This is the cherry tomatoes with the mozzarella cheese on top. I did make some homemade dinner rolls, and I'm going to do a segment on just homemade breads in general, and they are the most delicious dinner rolls I've ever had, and they're actually pretty easy to make. So I also made a whole bunch of chocolate chip pecan cookies that I'm going to freeze so we can just pop them in the microwave, whatever we want, a quick snack. But so here is my meal for the day. I've enjoyed it. It's extremely hot in here, but you know, our house is so old, and I stand here and I think about the little old lady that lived here and the time she spent in this kitchen. And when my mom and I came to see this house for the first time, her original stove was in here. Never seen anything like it. It was gigantic. It was real tall, and it had this drawer that pulled out that was the burners. I've never seen anything like that, and I named it Big Martha. It was so cool, but you know, looking at the cord and everything, I just didn't feel like it would still be safe to use, so had to upgrade, get a new one. But it's fun cooking in this little old kitchen, and I really appreciate your time with me today. If you ever need any assistance with recipes, or just, you know, any questions on how I've made something, please feel free to reach out to me or leave a comment. I will happily reply. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. As always, if you enjoy our channel, please hit subscribe and like. We greatly appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. And just another look at our little garden. We haul 5 buckets of water 2 times per day to our little garden. Here are the tomatoes that we used. They're doing very well. I am 5'6", and that tomato plant's just about as tall as I am. And the beautiful zinnias. And one of the nice things of planting flowers in your garden is you get to see butterflies like this little dude that hangs out with us, and we've been seeing him just about daily. He's absolutely beautiful, and it's not very often you see one that large anymore. He's gorgeous. Like I've stated to others, zinnias were so easy to grow. I planted the seeds end of April in my greenhouse, and I used a spray bottle to mist them until they started to kind of really sprout, and then I lightly watered them every day. And I have this now. There's the bell peppers, and my husband picked that one, and I believe that's what I used in my dinner this evening. And they smell so good when they're right out of the garden. I've had so much fun with my husband doing this garden this year. It's been a really good project for us, and already talking about what we can do next year.